Hey everybody, this is Dr. Todd's Daily Drive, and today we're going to cover the top 4 supplements that you should be taking on a daily basis. So, number 1 is, unless you're juicing every single day and really getting in lots of whole foods and fresh vitamins and minerals through your vegetables primarily, like juicing, you need to be taking a good multivitamin. So not a one-a-day type of thing, not something that's a hard compressed tablet, but preferably a capsule, something that will dissolve in your digestive system so your body will absorb it, so it won't go out the other end and still be solid, you know what I'm saying? So number 1 is a good multivitamin. You should be taking this. You should be taking 2 dosages, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, because we don't eat 1 meal a day, so we shouldn't take one multivitamin a day. Number 2 is a good omega-3 fatty acid supplement. That's probably one of the most important supplements out there. We talk about it on our website quite a bit and our blog quite a bit, but omega-3s are important for anti-inflammatory. They're important to balance the omega-3 to 6 ratio of good fats to bad fats in the omega family, omega-3 to 6. So it's anti-inflammatory, helps with all kinds of stuff. It's been linked with heart health and even cancer and inflammation in the body and all kinds of good stuff. Anyway, so number 1 is multivitamin, number 2 is omega-3 fatty acid, and the third essential out of the 4 that you should be taking on a daily basis would be vitamin D3, and you got to make sure it's got K2 in it. This is a very recent thing, but vitamin D3, a lot of people have jumped on that bandwagon. They understand why it's important to take vitamin D3 as far as for cancer prevention, just overall health marker, but you have to make sure that you take K2 with it so that it's properly absorbed. So typically you want about 6,000 to 8,000 IUs of vitamin D3 a day, and you should have 100 micrograms of K2 per 1,000 IUs of D3. So if you're taking 8,000 IUs of D3, you should be taking at least 800 micrograms of K2. And so research shows you can't really overdose on K2, so if you're taking slightly more, that's great. Where do you find K2? In natto, which is a Japanese fermented food. Other fermented foods, also another good reason to eat some fermented foods to get your K2, amongst other reasons. But vitamin D3, K2 is the third of the 4 essential things you should be taking on a daily basis. Vitamin D is really a hormone, it's not really a vitamin, and it's extremely important. And the best thing to do is get your blood work done at least once a year to once every 2 years, and make sure they're checking your D levels. I like to say 50 to about 80 nanograms per deciliter is really, really good. The average American is extremely low. They're at like 10 or 20 nanograms per milliliter, that is. Not deciliter, sorry. Anyway, and then the fourth important thing to take on a daily basis is a probiotic. Probiotics are extremely important because this is your gut health, and 80% of your immune system is in your gut. That's one reason. But another reason is just because a lot of people have abnormal or unhealthy bacteria in the gut, and you want to be replenishing with natural bacteria. So you have this nice ratio of good bacteria to not so good bacteria in the gut at all times. So a good probiotic on a daily basis, especially if you've gone the route of taking an antibiotic, you need to replenish all the bacteria that you just took a shotgun to and blasted out of there by taking a good probiotic for several days following the antibiotic at a higher dose to build up that normal, natural, healthy bacteria. So again, top 4 things. It was a multivitamin, preferably something you take in split dosages throughout the day. And the second one was an omega-3 fatty acid. We can talk about dosages on that later. We have other videos about that. Third thing is vitamin D and K2. We talked about 6,000 to 8,000 IUs per day is a very, very safe amount. Getting blood work is a great idea, though, to dial that in. And then number 4 is a probiotic. Could be taken every single day. 30 billion CFUs is really a nice hefty one. And that's it. So Dr. Todd's Daily Drive. We'll see you next time.